want to go back, David, real quick to the theme of bringing the old world into the new. That's very much a theme with vampire stories where an evil is brought from a far off land. There's a book series I read as a teenager called Vampire Plagues. And, it's a young adult, or maybe it's way too violent to be juvenile, so it had to be young adult novels where it's like this Aztec Incan civilization is visited by people from Britain conquering it, and then they bring back idols and also a plague which makes people basically turn into vampires, and they bring it back and all the vampire bats to England, and then you have the story kick off. And it's really a great three-book series. They made three more after that, but it's a great book series. And it kind of reminded me of this. And I was like, I think back to our book adaptations episode, that was the series I picked. Like, I want that adapted. That'd be freaking cool. And, fanboy director thing, but maybe Robert Eggers could direct it, bring the gothic feel to it, which I don't think he would ever do. Let him do his own thing. Let him go make Werewolf or Werewolf or whatever the next one he's going to do is called. But the theme of bringing the old evil into the new is kind of just, like you said, it's the theme of the film. Orlok is coming from this and into the modern era. And how does that affect the modern era? We see it with the plague. It's really interesting. I don't know. What do you think of all this?
Yeah, it's kind of, he's really just, goes straight back to the Bram Stoker's Dracula, but it's like the idea that in the modern era, that's why Dracula was set in the time it was actually written, because that was the theme. Because, like I said, the 1890s was as modern as it got, because that was the time that Bram Stoker lived and wrote the novel. So that's why I was kind of particular about the setting. But yeah, so it's like, it's not very modern to us, but like it was modern to them. And so it's like this idea that these characters are living in modern, intellectualized society that's had enough of old superstitions and folk tales, ghosts and spirits. It has no need of any of that anymore because we have science now. And so this film really deals with the idea that there are things in this world that are beyond the reach or understanding of the modern scientific mind, and what happens when evil from the old world is brought into the new, and they have no reference with which to deal with it. They have no means of which to fight it, because their whole worldview doesn't account for that even existing.
It's almost as if you could correlate it to biblical stuff as well.
Yeah, it's a theme that I think is pretty universal, because we kind of have the same thing going on today. There's so many, this culture has become so secularized that we don't even really know how to deal with the existence of evil, because our modern worldview has no place for it.
Yeah, and I think that's also another reason why Eggers was the perfect person to tackle Nosferatu, especially you telling me that a lot of this like old world into the new is from the book as well, because you see it in The Witch. You see the struggle of faith and how evil wins. Eggers deals with that in that film. You see the Celtic side of things in The Northman. You also see the mythological angle in that film as well. That also carries into The Lighthouse. Like these set periods are what's it called? Period pieces. Thank you. Period pieces. But you also have like a convergence of the old and new worlds a little bit in each of those films. And that's why it's kind of cool that him tackling Nosferatu is like, it's like right up his alley. And also he's the gothic director, bro. So it's like, it's perfect for him. They talk about how the method in the film where the virgin is on the horse and they're leading her to the like vampire's grave is actually a real world thing they would do. They would take a virgin person, whether it be male or female, usually actually a young boy, and they would have it on either a black or brown horse. And for some reason, that would be their way to find undead people in graves.
Mm.
And apparently that's what they do in Transylvania. They would have the virgin child on a horse, and for some reason the horse would find the vampire. They would open the grave and stab him. Go figure.
Yeah, it's definitely those old world superstitions at play.
Also, they kept them fully clothed when they usually would do it. So Robert Eggers is just doing excuses at this point.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the idea is that it's supposed there's like a sexual element to a lot of the stuff in this film.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it just kind of makes everything
It makes it more unsettling.
yeah, more unsettling, like just everything has been corrupted. Like there's a
Like even their marriage.
yeah. Yeah, that's what that's why too that like the weird scene that you didn't like.
Yeah, I made us
Like
fast forward it.
it makes a lot of sense in this film because like Orlok um being and Orlok's entanglement with the wife is has corrupted her so much that like what should be pure and good, that is natural marital relations, turns into something darker and twisted.
Yeah. And also Nicholas Holt has already been at that point drained literally of blood from Orlok. He's been literally feeding off of him. And I'm sure there's tons of allegorical ways you can tie that into like, sin and modern day spirituality and stuff and your actual self. But man, it's so interesting. Like, dang, like corrupted. Yeah, that's the word.